Yo, 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 it's your boy Knowledge at Everyday's Conversation, where we call a spade and we don't go along to get along. So, for today's topic, we got that boy Yella Beezy in the headline, and he just had his bond hearing. Interesting, his bond was reduced from 2 million to 750,000. Now, that's $1.25 million less than what it was originally. So with me seeing that, I have to ask questions on, like what happened and why was it reduced? And I'm going to just say in my own assumptions, it probably was reduced to the fact that, he's not a flight risk. I know he got people that's close to the judicial system out there in Texas, that could play a role in it. His family, everybody kind of showed up with him at court, you know what I'm saying? And also he had a woman judge. As crazy as it may sound, women are a little more lenient than men are in some situations, because I have seen some harsh women judges. But it also raises questions on, like, do they actually have solid evidence to convict Yella Beezy in this murder for hire case? Because rumors are the shooter in Yella Beezy prior to and after the fact wasn't even in contact. And what's been talked about as well was a $20,000 wire transaction. Now, it's uncertain where that $20,000 went, and they haven't actually stated or been like, oh yeah, this was sent from Yella Beezy to the suspect. That haven't came out yet, or that wasn't said. It's just they said that they don't know where that 20,000 went to. So I'm gonna just say my opinion. I really don't think they got solid evidence on this case. That's just my opinion. Just because he got a reduced bond doesn't mean that he's gonna beat the case, because he still have to go to trial, and his bond judge ain't gonna be the trial judge. He also has to face 12 jurors, and those 12 jurors could say, yeah, he's guilty. With being presented the evidence, hey, he's found guilty. Or it could be 6 say, no, he's not guilty. Other 6 say, yes, he is guilty. It can be like that. So, I'm kind of interested on how this case is gonna play out. And also, now we got the shooter who is gonna be testifying against Yella Beezy. Now with that, I'ma just say this right here. If they don't got text messaging, anything that can really link Yella Beezy to this guy, saying that, hey, when you see bruh, I want you to go out there and slide on him. And if they ain't got no solid evidence like that, then it's gonna be hard to convict him off of word of mouth, because we know people can act on their own free will. I might not like a guy, right? My man's over here, just because he my man's, now he feel obligated to not like the guy as well, right? In most cases, that's how things go. I don't like this guy. My homies, they don't like him either. I don't even tell my mans to ride down on this guy. My man's take it up on himself, go run him down and do what he do, you feel me? Now, my man's is facing X amount of years. I know Knowledge, he really beefing with him. You know what? Let me put it on him. Because, things happen like that. Things happen this way. Now, he testifying against me, but he also acted out of his own free will to go do what he did. But now he's facing X amount of years. He want to put it on me, so I go down for it. Things can happen like that. And it also could have just been that Yella Beezy did, pay this guy, or you know what I'm saying, he could have paid this guy and did what he did as well. But that we don't know. That's still speculation, and it's not being confirmed yet. Now, he is on strict restriction while he's on bond. And it's understandable. He can't, come into contact with any people that's gonna be a part of this case, especially, co-defendant, which is most definitely, like I said again here, is understandable because it is a murder for hire. And then, also what's that, conflict of interest, all of that type of stuff. You don't want to get yourself mixed in that, and you're gonna violation of what, your contract, a violation of your bond hearing, and you're gonna look a little more guilty. It's gonna look bad on your behalf. Now, with him being on bond, I can assure that his lawyer is actually looking into everything. If he got a good lawyer, I can assure he's probably looking into everything, looking at the evidence that they probably have, and going back to Yella Beezy and telling them, like, look, man, two options. Look, they got X, Y, and Z on you. Now, the evidence they have ain't solid. They do have a witness, but they don't have communication between you and that witness or you and that co-defendant. They just have, it's word of mouth. Now, we can go fight this thing out in court, and we can have a good percentage of winning if we fight it in court. Now, on the other hand, he come to Yella Beezy and say, look, they have X, Y, and Z evidence, and the evidence they got is solid. You're facing X amount of years. Now, we can try to fight it out in court. However, your chances of winning this in court is slim. They got eyewitnesses of this and this and that. Your co-defendant comes with this and this and that. And they have a solid case. Now, we can try to fight it out in court, or you can take a plea deal and do 6-7 years, and the remainder of your time is on paper. The choice is up to you at that point. I can see it being interesting, and it being something a lot of people want to see and want to actually get to the bottom of. Was he really, even though, yeah, him and Mo3 had they differences, beef and whatever, but was he actually behind what happened to Mo3? Or did this guy just act out of his own free will and do what he did to Mo3? That's the question. In the comment section below, let me know what you think about this case, and how do you think this case is gonna turn out? Is Yella Beezy gonna be found guilty or non-guilty? Do you think the prosecution got enough evidence, and is it conclusive or is it inconclusive? In the comment section below, let me know what y'all think. It's your boy Knowledge at Everyday's Conversation, where we call a spade, and we don't go along to get along. And I'm out.